want to give you a little bit of instructions for the labs I'd like you to work on for the beginning of next week to have them done before the beginning of next week. They won't take you too long and they should be interesting, I think. Let me just show you how to access them. So if you go to weekly content, again, I will have everything organized by week. Week 1 lab assignments due week 2. So they're both of these assignments are due by Sunday evening if you can. It's Labor Day on Monday, so if you can't finish it until Monday or early Tuesday, that's fine. Before you watch the videos for next week, though, make sure you have them done. So one of the assignments is exploring the life of another archaeologist that we didn't talk about. So this gives you the opportunity to look at maybe an archaeologist that you're interested in, or finding one that seems interesting to you, because obviously I couldn't talk about everyone out there, and this will give you the opportunity to find someone that might have an interesting background to you. So you can go to these different websites or any other website that you want to. Kind of write a brief synopsis of their life and their importance to archaeology in about 4 to 5 sentences, and submit that. You can basically enter the text into the box and hit submit. The other assignment, you are going to be doing an analysis of gravestones from the town of Marblehead in Massachusetts. Where you're going to do this is I've attached this file, and it has a website, oldburialhill.org. If you click on that, it takes you to this website. Marblehead is a scenic, very old town just north of Boston, very close to Salem. In fact, one of the gravestones is of someone who I believe was executed during the Salem witch trials. The town was established in 1638. There's debate between the people of Salem and Swampscott who started the American Navy. Marblehead claims it, so does Salem. But I've been here. It's a really interesting place, and someone created a website with the gravestones on them. I don't know if all of them are on here, but enough to do this assignment. And what you're going to do is you are going to quantify the headstones according to 3 categories. A death's head motif, which you can see here, it has a skull and wings. An urn and willow motif. And here you can see a death's head. Let me just show you the other one, a cherub, which is, so not a skull, but some sort of child's face and wings, looks like an angel. Right, so what you're going to do is each of these headstones, you're going to find the date when this person died. So 1793, this is a cherub. And what you're going to do is then you can either print this out or do it right on here. You will kind of make a little tick mark in the 1790s decade for cherub, right? Counting one cherub headstone for 1790. And you're going to keep doing this. Here's 1803, an urn and willow. So you would tick that, right? In, let's say, the 1800s here, you would put one there. So you would tally all these until you reach the very end of the website. It'll be very obvious when you reach the end. It basically just stops. Now, you might have a couple of questions. Some of them, it may not be clear if it's a death's head or a cherub. If you don't know, just leave it out. If you can't read the date, or the date is completely illegible, exclude that too, right? So anything you're not sure about, you could either make an informed decision to put it in one category or another and be consistent. You could leave it out. So those are your choices. Once you have tallied all the numbers here, you now will create percentages. The reason why you'll do that is because you can't compare raw numbers, right? Imagine if you counted, let's say, 5, 2, and 1, right? And in this decade, you had 10, 4, and 2, right? If you were only looking at the numbers, you'd say, oh, there was a decrease in the death's head motif from 1810 to 1820. Not really, because proportionally, the percentages are identical, right? You can see, here it's just sort of double previously. So if you quantified the percentages, it would be the same. Um, 5, 2, and 1, 10, 4, and 2. So the percentages would be the same in that scenario. So proportionally, there would be no change over time. So you can't just look at raw numbers, you have to look at percentages. That's the way to do it. So what you're going to do is for each decade, right, the 1820s, 1810, 1800, you are going to calculate how many percentage-wise, how many, the percentage of deaths had during that decade, the percentage of cherubs during that decade, the percentage of urn and willows during that decade, for all of them. And then you're going to see how things change over time, and you're going to try and describe the change over time. So the first one is for the tally, for the raw numbers, and the second one is for percentages. And then you'll try and describe, okay, was it a very abrupt change? Was it a gradual change? What did it look like? And this is going to be important because it will lead us to discuss how styles change over time and lead us to an important conclusion that archaeologists use. I only have you go back to 1720. So if it dates earlier than 1720, you don't need to calculate it. You might also want to read some of the inscriptions on the headstones just out of curiosity. Some of them are very, very interesting. Think about how cemeteries were used during this time period compared to the way we view cemeteries. So those are the two assignments. This will be relevant for what we talk about next week. So let me know if you have any questions about that. Thanks.